everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. Today we're gonna be doing a build that's gonna be in 2 parts. Yes, we're gonna have 2 parts, not 3 parts. Don't worry, it's not like my Japanese school that I had 3 parts. But if you haven't checked that out, girl, go check it out because it was bomb. I'm not gonna lie, I love that build and it took me forever, but it was worth it. I really do like that. And this one I am really proud of too. My style, and I've been wanting to mention this, my style isn't really like building. Like I said a really long time ago, I never really got into like building until I had this channel. Don't get me wrong, I like to build stuff, but I never really took it that serious until I got this channel. So, you know, I kind of go in the game and I'll start like building something and I'll be like, oh, wait, actually I like how this is going right now. Maybe I should record. So then I'll like delete it and then I'll, fast forward it so you can see kind of like where I've been. But that mostly happens in the beginning of the build. So just like my Encanto home, just like almost every single build on my channel, it is never intentional. It's never intentional. I will start to just build something out of the blue and I'll just be like, okay, like I'll just get in the game and I'll just start messing around and see where my brain goes, and then I'll start recording. So I know a lot of people, I don't know if you've ever watched, his name is Curtis Parody. I don't know if you've ever seen his stuff because he doesn't really do simming videos like at all anymore, but he used to be a really big simmer back in the day, and he used to like do this whole like, I don't even know, this architectural thing going on. Like he'll plan it, and I've seen like his papers, and he'll plan everything on paper, like where the rooms are, where the bathrooms are, what's going on, or like a whole floor plan, and then he'll build it. And I'm like, wow, I don't have the patience for that. I really don't have the patience for that, but that's okay because I'm kind of just like go with the flow type of gal, especially when it comes to my builds. And I really got inspired because my mom, bless her soul, my mom would send me a bunch of pictures of when we went to Vietnam together. And I was like, oh, I want to go back. This whole pandemic sucks. I just want to go back to Vietnam and when we went to Thailand, and it was so amazing, you guys. The places we went to were beautiful, and we didn't just go to like the scenic parts. Like we went deep. We went deep in Vietnam and deep in Thailand, and everywhere. I had no complaints. It was beautiful, minus the fact that my mom almost got hit by a motorcycle, but I'll talk about that later. But you're like, what? Yeah, no, I'll tell you in a second. But it was so beautiful, and we went around to all these temples, and we saw a bunch of like Buddha people, and it was so cool because we were like walking past one of the temples, and I saw like a Buddha, like the I guess like a Shaolin shaman. I don't know, what's the name? A Shaolin monk? That's the word that I'm trying to go for. Oh my gosh, why did Jamie, what is wrong with you? Anyway, we saw a monk. We saw a monk just like chilling in the temple, just sitting down. And he like looked over at me, and I did like a wave. I wasn't expecting anything back because, they're concentrating, they're focusing, they're doing, what they gotta do. And he like looks over and he kind of does like a wave. I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. A monk just waved at me. That's sick. And it was so cool because I saw some of them training, and it's really cool for me because I also do martial arts, right? So like I explained to my previous build, I'm a 2nd degree martial artist who used to be an instructor not that long ago, before the pandemic, and it was so much fun. I've been training for like 10 years, and it's honestly a passion of mine. I love it so much. But ever since the pandemic has been kind of going around, your girl hasn't been able to train, and your girl is not fit anymore. But that's okay. I got curves. You gotta grease the curb. But anyway, oh my god, I really should be talking about the build right now, but I have so much to tell you. When we were in Vietnam, I swear to God, I want to live there. I'm not even joking. I want to live there. It was so amazing, and I love Halong Bay. It was so nice, but there was an issue. One day we were in a group, just a group of people that we went with. I guess they didn't come with us, but we were in a group, just full of like tourists, and they took us to buses to like different parts of Vietnam and Thailand and everything like that. Anyway, my mom and I in our friend group were walking down the streets of Vietnam, and everywhere there's like mopeds. Like everywhere. When I went to Thailand first, and we saw a lot of mopeds, and we were like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool, kind of neat. There's just a bunch of people on mopeds. When we went to Vietnam, I'm telling you right now, they even say it, and it is true. It is the most populated area I have ever been to. And plus, everyone drives a moped. You see more mopeds than you see actual like vehicles. And you know, they drive everywhere, on the sidewalk, on the road, in the back alleys, everywhere, and they don't care. They will go around you if they have to. And my mom was like, oh my God. This is crazy. And I'm like, this is so cool. And my mom wasn't impressed, but I'm like, Mom, that's just how they roll, you know? But, you know, fast forward, it was nighttime, and we were going to have dinner with our group. And there were a lot of things going on. There were people dancing in the streets, and music, and just everything, and it was so cool. So when we hit to like the road, right, to cross, we were like looking both ways, and it was fine. And then this guy on a motorcycle just decided to like fast and furious around the corner and just go straight to where we're going. He was coming from the left side from us, and my mom never saw him coming. And everyone else in my group was like, oh my God, Sherry. And that's my mom's name, obviously. My mom is Sherry. And she was like, what? And before we knew it, the guy was like 2 feet in front of my mom, and he was going fast. And I just had like the urge, and I ran out, grabbed my mom by the shirt and her back, and I pulled her as hard as I could towards me, and she just missed getting hit by that motorcyclist. And he didn't even stop. He just kept going, because they just keep going. And my mom almost got hit by a motorcycle, and I was like, oh my God, it nicked a bit of her, I think her foot, she said, but she never got hit. And if I never pulled her away, it could have been a worse story, you know what I mean? So it was crazy. And she was like, oh my God. She's like, you know what? I'm glad you spent 10 years as a martial artist, and still, because your reflexes, they're on point. And I was like, oh my God, Mom. I was like, my mom almost got hit by a motorcycle in Vietnam. I'm like, bruh, it was crazy. So you know how they say like they go in mama mode, where you see like a mom lift up some like crazy heavy thing to save their child? I just like flash booked it over to my mom. I was like Dash from The Incredibles, just one place to another. It was crazy, but it was crazy. It was insane. But you know, it's a great story to tell, because my mom is thankfully not injured. Yay! Go me. I guess that is my story for this build. I've noticed that I've been telling a lot of stories outside, and I saw one comment that kind of made me giggle. They're like, I don't even watch anymore, I just listen to you talk. And I'm just like, thank you. I mean, I would love for you to watch, but I'm happy that you enjoy listening. that's awesome. So I guess I'll try and get, like, I have a bunch of stories, so I guess I'll try and keep that up if you guys enjoy that. But yeah, I keep rambling and I'm so sorry. I should probably obviously get back to what I'm doing. Now, what I'm working on right now is like a little bell ringy ding ding tower thing. I can't remember the words, and I don't even want to butcher it. I don't want to make anything wrong, and if I do get it wrong and you know what it is, please let me know in the comments. Please educate me, because I'm not sure what the name of it is, but basically they have this bell that they ring every day. And I saw it when I was in Vietnam and Thailand, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna incorporate that into my bell too. Even though this is more Japanese inspired, I'm not sure if they have a bell that they ring. So I apologize if you're like, this is not accurate. I just needed a lot of buildings to cover in this actual, this lot. So I do apologize if I'm not 100% correct. I'm not coming from like a vicious place. But what you'll see here is I do add another building over where you see what I'm doing right now. You'll see me make another small build, and it's basically just like a shrine area. And obviously you see this tower that I'm making right now. That is gonna be like my main focal point. I was building in the lot and I was like, it's nice, don't get me wrong, it's cool, but like it seems so bare. I knew I wanted to make a temple, obviously, right? But I wanted some more buildings, so that's why I made like that bell building, and over onto the left side of this temple, or I guess the right side now, there is gonna be a little shrine building as well there. So you won't see me fully build it in this, I guess, particular part. You'll have to wait to the second part, which will be on Thursday. So the day that you're seeing this is gonna be Monday, obviously, and then the second part you'll see on Monday. Oh my god, you'll see on Thursday. You'll see it on Thursday. So that will be up for you. And I'm not planning to do a 3-parter, not like my Japanese school. I won't do that to you again. I promise. I promise I won't do that to you again, and I can't wait to show you what I did for the temple on the inside, because girl, it was a struggle. You obviously won't see it in this part again, but you'll see it on Thursday. And I was having such a hard time trying to figure out what on earth to do inside of the temple, because I already had like a shrine, right? And you'll see me do like a whole bunch of different things. And I even go over to like a different lot and make a square and try and figure out what I wanted to put in it. And you're like, why didn't you just do it like in this build? And I don't know. I can't even tell you. I have no idea, but I really do like it, and I think it's really, really cool. At the very end, I'm really, really happy with it. Also, I do apologize if I do sound still a little stuffy. Oh my god, stuffy. I also apparently can't talk at all. I've been having such a hard time talking. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I can't talk. And my nose sounds very stuffy because I did get the vid, so I'm kind of recovering. I guess my body's still kind of recovering because I still sound super stuffy. Even though I feel okay, I still feel kind of yucky. So please excuse the part where I sound like I'm plugging my nose every time I speak. Now, you're wondering maybe what that middle thing is in that middle of that courtyard that was over there just a second ago. And I got that idea from Freezer Bunny. I don't know 100% what it is, but it looked really, really cool. So shout out to him for that. I didn't want to not say it. He made it, and it's a chimney, so it blows smoke and it's really cool, but I don't know 100% what it's for. You'll see in the second part that I go, once I have all the screenshots at the very end. If you know what that is, please let me know. Again, if anything that I'm doing is accurate. Also, I have a bunch of bench areas because you know how there's like a lot of tourists, some attractions when it comes to Japan or even in Thailand, wherever I was, there were places in temples where I was allowed to walk, and they had seating areas on the outside, so I wanted to make that as well. You can see here I am making like my own little Zen garden, and I wanted to incorporate it. I just didn't know where I wanted to put it, but I do keep it here, and I add a bunch of stuff to it because it is really weird because it's just, you know, a flooring, and it's not, you know, terrain paint, so it looks really out of place. But I put a bunch of rocks everywhere, so it's okay. And I make it kind of blend in, I promise. It'll look better in the second part, but you just have to watch out for that. Here, this is going to be building the little shrine, and I put like 3 different cemetery stone thingies in there. I forget the name of them. I can't function today, you guys. I know I say this all the time, but it's a daily struggle, I swear to God. But, you know, it's a really cute little area, and we're kind of just gonna stop the video on this little part here. When you come back, we will be doing the interior, a lot more of the Zen garden, the exterior, everything of the whole 9 yards. So if you want to keep seeing that, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you all later. All right, bye guys.